Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're going to go through Tiamat, the Mother of Dragons. Now, in the previous video for Behemoth, I posted a Magic the Gathering card, so bear with me. And here we go. So this is the true face of Tiamat, for me anyway. 7 mana, flying commander. Whenever Tiamat enters the battlefield, if you cast it, search your library for up to 5 dragon cards not named Tiamat that each have different names, reveal them and put them into your hand and shuffle 7 attack or 7 power and 7 toughness as well. So we'll see whether or not this Tiamat compares. This Tiamat is quite expensive as well, so we'll see how expensive this Tiamat can be. So yeah, Tiamat, she deals 450% magic damage to frontline enemies. I've been through how I feel about frontline damage, damaging enemies. Tsukiyomi was another one. Tsukiyomi, Shang, I don't know, they just don't seem to impress me altogether too much. Like their passives, I understand. Tsukiyomi's passive, absolutely fantastic, but she just didn't do altogether too much damage. And Shang specifically gets nerfed by, or messed up by holy shields. So just, it is what it is. Despite doing multiple ultimate attacks, the fact that she only does it to frontline enemies means that if those two frontline enemies have holy shields, then her attack is nerfed. Is what it is. And I think the same will be true of Tiamat. Deals 450% magic damage, and if you get her up to 8 stars, she will do 540% magic damage. So a very level, very mid-tier ultimate attack. I don't think it's super effective, this one. We have seen higher this season. We've also seen lower this season as well, but I would say that this is about average for a super attack. Or an ultimate attack, sorry. Now this Tiamat deals 180% magic damage to frontline enemies, going up to 216 at 9 star. Again, frontline damage is just, it can be effective against certain enemies, but if there's an enemy Elmer on the field, or if there's an enemy Schrodinger on the front line, or if they just have a very high health pool on that front line, these attacks really aren't doing altogether too much. So again, it's kind of mid for me, these two ultimate and active skills, and I'm just hoping that the rest of it is going to be much better. Yes, very powerful. Damage is I think this is incorrect. I think this is supposed to be 30%, something like that. But we'll see. So Tiamat possesses resilient dragon scales. When taking non-crit active attacks, the damage received is reduced by 3. So not great against Dooms, not great against Mystifiers. But, if you are going up against Avengers, if you're going up against Valianters, if you're going up against potentially opposing Mystifiers, and again, even opposing Dooms, she's going to do relatively well. I think I think this should have been just damage received is reduced by 30. I think this should have just been when taking non-crit active attack. I think this should have just been when taking damage, the damage received is reduced by 30 or 30%. Again, we'll see. And tremor is in there again, a very common theme we've found defining what tremor is across all of these units. Again, all of these are subject to change, and I think most definitely this one will change. I think the text is incorrect here, but I don't think the actual mechanics for the unit will be incorrect. But we'll see. So Tiamat possesses resilient dragon scales. When taking non-crit active attacks, the damage received is reduced by 3, and then unlocks at 8 star. The damage taken from non-crit active attacks is converted into equal healing. So you will be losing health, but you will also be gaining that back as well. The order in which that happens, I don't know. So if, say, for example, she is put below 0 health with a non-crit, will she then heal back above 0% HP? I don't know about that. We'll have to see. And if that is the case, if say for example you can go below that 0% and then you heal back what you've taken in non-crit damage, I think it's going to be very, very strong. I think she would be absolutely broken had this been the passive that I originally suggested, where she just gets that damage reduction. Because if this was whenever the damage is prevented, you heal that back, or the damage reduction, etc. Whatever the damage is reduced by, you heal that back. I think that would be pretty broken. I think the reason they've gone for non-crit active attacks is so that she can die. I think that will be the case. I think that she's not going to be able to be touched by a lot of attacks, and I think it's going to be really, really important for her to go up against non-Glorians. Specifically non-Glorians, because it's non-crit active attacks. So if it's like, for example, if you go up against Eudora and Eudora crits 5 times against her, she's probably dead, to be honest. Fortunately, she is a Phantom, so she's Mystifier Deviant Phantom, I believe. Oh no, Mystifier. I think she's a Deviant. Yeah, she's Mystifier Deviant Phantom, probably. Anyway, the point is, I think that going up against non-ethereal teams, she's going to do really well. I think she's going to absolutely crumble against ethereal units. But it is what it is. We'll see. So she does have a final passive here. The Heart Seer Flame. When Tiamat is deployed, the limit of corrode stacks is increased by 15 million for all allies. I'm starting to think these are the wrong way around, but I think this will be 15. So when Tiamat is deployed, the limit of corrode stacks is increased by 15 for all allies, and the limit of corrode stacks is increased to 30. I think that's what the passive will be. So at 7 stars, she's going to increase the corrode stack limit by 15, which is going to be so helpful with Gaia. Getting Gaia's invincibility, but you forgot that Gaia could get invincibility because it is physically impossible. Even if, so you need 30 stacks, 25 stacks of corrode on each unit, or you need 20 stacks of corrode on each unit when Gaia is deployed, each enemy unit, in order for her to proc invincibility. So she needs 100 total stacks of corrode to proc that invincibility. When she does proc that invincibility, she can't go down, she cannot be killed. It's really, really effective, and is very, very strong in PvE when you've got the Sinful Band artifact attached. Because when you've got the Sinful Band artifact attached, it increases the corrode stack limit by 20. So each enemy unit can have 25 stacks of corrode placed upon them. When that is the case, it's really quite easy to get Gaia up to that invincible mark. But as it stands at the moment, it's very difficult to, because you've only got Dullahan and Emily who do this. And both of those increase the corrode stack limit by 5, respectively. So even in normal PvP, PvE, whatever it is that you're playing, as long as it's normal, you're not in the seasonal content, you cannot increase the corrode stack limit above 15, because the default for corrode stack limit is 5. Then you have Emily, who increases the corrode stack limit by 5, I believe. Either 5 or 10. I think it's 5. And then Dullahan, as his 6-star passive, increases corrode stack limit by 5 as well. So the maximum that you can get on each enemy is 15, I believe. But again, we'll have to see if this is the case, and it is corrode stack is increased by 15 for all allies. That's going to be really, really impactful, and it's going to make your teams even stronger. It's going to make the Mystifier's team even stronger. This is the one limiting factor for the Mystifier's team, and it was why they were broken. Why they were the worst synergy for a very long time, is because of that corrode stack limit. If you could apply more corrode stacks and you can increase the damage done by corrode, then they become really powerful. We've already got that in the fact that we can increase the damage by 200% just by having Lancelot on the team. But the corrode stack limit was still the problem. So you still needed multiple corrode stacks on at any given time for corrode to be effective, and you need to be able to keep reapplying them. And for your ultimate attacks, your active skills, for those to not go to waste, because a lot of the Mystifiers, they will apply stacks of corrode. Like, for example, Astrid applies 4 stacks of corrode per ultimate and per active skill attack. Mulan applies it per active skill attack and also per basic attack. Lancelot applies it per basic attack as well. But all of that goes to waste because there is a corrode stack limit. Because you have a default of 5, you can only apply 5 stacks of corrode. So if you do a basic attack from Lancelot and he applies 2 stacks of corrode each, and then you do an ultimate attack from Astrid, she's applying 4 stacks of corrode, on the unit that she attacks, you've already wasted 1 stack of corrode application because you physically cannot apply any more stacks of corrode. I think also Tiamat is going to be is going to start to become essential in Rift Odyssey. For example, Rift Odyssey, increasing that corrode stack limit by 15 for all allies is super, super effective, especially if you've got Sinful Band on there, which will do the same thing. It will increase the corrode stack limit by 20. So if you have Tiamat on the team at 7 stars and you have the Sinful Band equipped, your corrode stack limit is going to be 35. Just think about that for a second. Currently the maximum is 5 by default. When you run Tiamat and you've got the Sinful Band equipped, the corrode stack limit is going to be 40. So effectively, times the damage that you are doing, corrode damage wise, by 8, and that is what you will get for Tiamat. It's going to be really strong. Really, really strong, and even better when the corrode stack limit is going to be 30. This is all assuming that increase by 15 million means increase by 15, and increase by 30 million means increase by 30. So if you have a 9-star Tiamat and you apply and you have your default as 15, your default as 5, and then you increase the corrode stack limit again up to that 30, as a minimum, you are going to be doing 35 in non-seasonal PvP and PvE, and in seasonal PvP where you have seasonal PvE, sorry, where you have the Sinful Band artifact, that's going to go up to 55. So 55 stacks of corrode can be applied per enemy. Yeah. This is going to be really powerful. This passive right here, so powerful. We'll see how super effective it can be. I always over egg units. Of course, I always over egg units because that's just what I like to do. But this one, I'm not joking. This is going to be fantastic. It really will be absolutely spot on for PvE and PvP as well. So we move into seasonal passives. 44%, 73%. 73%, 147%, and 199%, up to 299 or 300%, whatever it is, for GVG modes. If you got 11-star passive, is what it is. Now, Oath Force, this one looks acceptable compared to the Behemoths. Behemoth was increased attack bonus by 10. That was it, 10%. So not great, but each time allies accumulate 5 buffs, Tiamat's damage increased by 5%, stacking up to 100 times. So pairing her with Gaia to apply that Genesis glow, you will get 10 of these stacking up. So you'll get 50% with Gaia's Genesis glow, just as a minimum. Plus, then you've also got the attack stacks, the HP increases, the defense increases, Holy Shield, Shield, etc., etc. You apply 10 stacks of Holy Shield, it's an additional 10% damage for Tiamat. So, going to be really, really strong. You also get this as well. So it says Tiamat increases damage by 5%. Healing is increased to 10%. Healing is increased to 15%. So this may actually be Tiamat increases healing by 5%, by 10%, and by 15%. We'll see. Again, I think this is damage is increased by 10%. Healing is increased to 15%. So effectively, you'll get up to 15% per stack, up to 100 times. So you won't need to stack all together too much to get all of this. If not, then it's also going to be healing is increased by healing increased to 15%. So we'll see. But that is it for Tiamat. I'm really excited about this passive right here. I think it's going to unlock all sorts of combinations for Mystifiers that you didn't think were possible before, but because of the corrode stack limit increase, it's going to be absolutely huge. This bit here, we'll see. I need to know what this actual number is. So damage reduced. So damage received is reduced by 3. Is currently not correct. It is what it is. But the healing is converted into equal healing, but I think this will play into it as well. Healing is increased to 10%, 15%, and or up to 15% respectively. So again, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how she functions, but this is going to be the reason. That right there, increased by 15 million for all allies, an unlimited amount of corrode for everybody. No, I think it's going to be 15, and I think this is still going to be busted, even if it's just 15. So let me know what you guys think about Tiamat. I am very excited about Tiamat. I still think Behemoth is going to be the best out of all of them, but we'll have to see about this particular passive on Tiamat. So thanks very much for watching. I do hope you have a fantastic day, whatever it is you do, and yeah, good luck in whatever, you know.